Hello dear students, how are you? Today our topic is history of computing. In this topic we will know that how the computer was made, what was the history of computer when the computer was made, what is counting, and before computer which machines was developed by that or on the reference of that machine the computer was made. See here on the first page you are seeing some machine. These these columns are the modern form of that particular machine which was looking like this in the earlier time. So this is the oldest form of these machines. Now let us start the chapter. In the ancient time, when the counting pattern or the counting was not developed, invented, or whatever you can say, at that time, the peoples used to share the things according to their requirement, and that system was known as barter system. In Hindi, that was known as वस्तु विनिमय प्रणाली, जिसमें जिसमें लोगों को जिस चीज़ की आवश्यकता होती थी वो एक के बदले दूसरा सामान लेकर करते। जैसे किसी को चावल की आवश्यकता और किसी को गेहूं की, तो चावल उतने ही अमाउंट का देकर और गेहूं लेते थे, बट इट वाज नॉट बेनिफिशियल. So the counting was required. At that time, the requirement of counting was generated. To overcome from the problem of the counting, the peoples made a stick or marked the lines on the sticks. That sticks was known as tally sticks. After tally sticks, one more device which was known as an abacus. It was the first calculating device on the earth. The exact origin of abacus is still unknown because somewhere in ancient northeast of the world, that's Mesopotamia, Egypt, Iran, some European countries, and China and Russia was using this device, so it is very difficult to identify that from where this device was originated. Basically, this device was used before the adoption of the written Hindu Arabic number system. If we will see the closer view of the abacus, we can see that the abacus is divided in two parts in a single frame, the upper part and lower part. The upper part or upper deck was known as the heaven, and the lower part or lower deck is known as the earth. The birds was there to move up and down. By that, the calculation can be done. It was used by merchants to perform the basic calculations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. The abacus is around 3000 years old device. After abacus, Sir John Napier in 1614 invented another device that was known as Napier bone. Napier bone was made by the bones of the animals or by the wooden pieces. This device allows the operation to multiply, divide, and calculate square and cube root by moving the rods around and placing them in specially constructed bowl. It was also a good device which was used at that time. Slide rule. Slide rule was invented by William Orton in 1662. It was based on logarithm. It was used primarily for multiplication, division, roots, logarithm, trigonometry. It was not normally used for addition and subtraction. Basically, the slide rules are a type of scales on which one slider is also kept. By sliding that thing, we can, or the peoples can calculate or do their calculation work. Pascaline. Pascaline was invented by Blaise Pascal in 1614. It was its limitation to addition and subtraction. It was too expensive. Basically, the Pascaline works on gears and pulleys. By shifting it, the calculation was done. Pascaline was a type of rectangular box with numbers written on the rotation wheels. It could add, subtract, and carry up to tens, hundreds, and thousands between the digits. Difference engine. The difference engine was designed by Mr. Charles Babbage, who is known as the father of computer. He had worked on difference engine for 10 years. He had started his work in 1819 and handed it at 1829 22. Sorry, he had completed on 1822 but handed it in 1829. It was designed to perform mathematical operation automatically. It was one of the earliest calculator. Analytical engine. The analytical engine was also developed by Mr. Charles Babbage in 1837. It is a type of working model. It was not a machine, but it was only a model. Because of lack of electronic equipments, he was unable to create this model or make this machine, but it was the pattern which he had made in this device was same as our modern computer, or we can say that our modern computer follow the pattern of working of analytical engine. The machine consists of four components: the mills, the store, the reader, and the printer. The mills was the calculating unit, same like our processor. The store holds the data before processing, exactly like our RAMs, where the data is paged, converted into some pages. Then the reader was the input unit and the printer was the output unit. of this device. Tabulating machine. The tabulating machine was invented by Herman Hollerith. It was developed to process data for the 1890 United States Census. It was used to assist counting and recording the given information in lesser time. The input was loaded in the punch cards and by the holes of the on the papers or the cards, the machine can store the data and or the calculation. After this, the first generation computer, that was ENIAC. The ENIAC, electronic numerical integrator and calculator. It was the first electronic computer developed by J. Eckert and J. Mauchly in 1946. Basically, it was a huge computer. The size of this computer was 20 into 20 feet. It consumed a large amount of electricity, that is of 150 kilowatt per hour. There are near about 1 million joints in this computer. The basic electronic device which was used in this computer was the vacuum tubes. So these tubes creates a lot of heat. That's why this computer was able to work for half an hour. It takes 2 hours to start. The UNIVAC, Universal Automatic Computer, was the first commercial available computer. It was developed by Presper Eckert and John Mauchly in 1951. So students, this was the brief history of the computers till first generation. Now students, on the basis of this video, you will solve the exercises of the books. Thank you for watching.